Do it to it, honey.
Happy Friday to those living here in the Philippines, and happy whatever day it is where you're at. This is Dan. We're live from Baybay City Leyte, just a few steps away from the Dunkin' Donuts in downtown Baybay City. Hey, we're hearing rumors. That's what this is about. We're hearing rumors that McDonald's has inked a deal. I had heard about this before, of course, and they had a preferred site they wanted to build that McDonald's that made sense. For you folks that are in Baybay City or close by, Des and Mel and others, they wanted to originally build it across from Mayong's, if I'm not mistaken, right across the street. There's an empty lot. But it turned out the city denied that request when they submitted the permit. That's the rumor anyway. This is all rumor. Nobody knows. I haven't fact checked this. It's not that important, but they denied that because they discovered that there was an underground sewer underneath there or septic system. I'm not sure exactly what it turned out to be. I don't have all the details, but they did not want, for whatever reason, they didn't want McDonald's building on it. So I'm hearing a rumor that they have inked a deal in the most peculiar place. Let me bring up the comment section. I will tell you about it. Let me see. Who's here today? Lorraine Pajares. I do enjoy saying that name. Anna May Reyes is here. Selexia vlog is here. Can't get it out. Try and say that 3 times really, really fast. Pressy's here. It looks like. Aileen Cruz officials stopped by to say hi. Jean Gad is in the house. Prissy, Anna May, what do you say? What's it going to be today? Charmaine. How you doing, Charmaine? Always nice to see you. Minnie Snow, what do you know? Sir Luke, may the force be with you. Sir Luke is in the house. Good morning, good morning. And we have, who else is here? We've got 13 million people in the house. Yeah, I tell you, I'm gonna be doing a new contest before Christmas. That's the surprise. We're gonna do one more before Christmas. Listen, Stuff in the Pig worked out so well, but I realized I just didn't give away enough money. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna have another contest. I'm gonna tell you what that's all about, but you'll probably have to stick around to the end of the live stream to find out. And I think this is going to be a short-lived live. I don't think it's going to go on for very long. So you don't have to worry about suffering for very long before I announce what the mechanics are, as you like to say, what the rules are for the next contest. It's going to be very, very simple. And it's going to be almost like Stuff in the Pig and then guessing how much money's in it. But we're gonna do it differently. We'll have 3 winners this time. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a moment. Pinky Gray is here. Pinky Gray's channel is growing so fast. Pinky Gray has discovered the secret to how YouTube works, and so it's just growing and growing and growing. Her channel and subscribership is just going. It's out of control, Pinky Gray, and so in a lot of cases, as you know, because you've been watching me too, Pink. You've been watching me too. After all, we are buddies, right? So I watch your channel to see what's going on, right? Especially those shorts, because right now the whole way that YouTube works is changing. And Pinky Gray's obviously figured it out, and others of you. I think the Filipinos in general, they have figured out what's going on. But the Americans and other people in the West are a little bit slow to catch on that the real growth in YouTube is going to be around those short videos. That's going to be one of the ways. And the other way it's going to continue to grow is through live streaming. And we're talking about virtual reality streaming, not what we're doing here necessarily. Not what we're doing here necessarily, but we're talking about where someone just flips on the camera and says, "Hey, everybody, I wanted to, I want to do a live. I'm here at the hot baths in Tokyo. I'm here in San Francisco. I just decided to go live on the fly, show you what's going on in the house today." Though that really is the future of YouTube. History repeats itself. You should keep that in mind, folks. The majority of YouTubers never even generate $1 in revenue. Keep that in mind. So if you have generated $1 in revenue, you are in the minority, not the majority of YouTubers. All right, let me finish off my thought now about Rider Adventures here. Let me Tim Desiak, good morning. Good morning. How's everything in Pampanga? I understand that there's been a Filipina P and an old dog new trick sighting. What would they both be doing in Angeles City at the same time? Doesn't make any dang sense. Unless it had something to do with JR's new office. So anyway, first day of December, woohoo. We're in the home stretch, Pink. We're in the home stretch to Christmas. So, Anime, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. You know that. You know that. Good morning to all. Jen, life is here. All right, so I've got a couple of things to talk about. That McDonald's. So now, the other location that they were looking at for that Mickey D's, by the way, we are going to be drawing for a Peso 300 winner. As I was saying, I just haven't given away enough money for Christmas. I know my kids are watching my vlog and they're going, "Hey, what the hell? Where's mine? Where's mine?" Don't worry, yours is coming. You'll get a little something in your Christmas stocking, but you have to hang up the Christmas stocking before someone can put something in it, right? So anyway, no, that's going to be heading out the door soon. Hopefully before Dan heads out the door. But anyway, they're putting the McDonald's in a very, very odd place, in my opinion. It's sometimes the way that cities grow up. I mean, let's face it, the Philippines is growing like crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane how fast the Philippines is growing. It's grown by leaps and bounds, especially here in Baybay City. The last 20 years of growth have been absolutely unbelievable and phenomenal. Yes, indeed. So they want to put the McDonald's right there next to right there in the plaza, in the old plaza, not the new plaza. There's a new plaza now, a new modern one, which I don't care for very much, but that's another story. There's an old one where the church is, where I did that video. I showed you the sign and everything. They want to put the McDonald's there. And so their space, I don't know if it's going to be a freestanding building, or attached to the new mall. But I would imagine that McDonald's is not really a fan of building anything but freestanding buildings. So the chance of it being in that new mini mall that they just built and they're finishing up, I don't know. I don't know if they would go in there, but I can't really dismiss or discount that idea. And the reason why I can't is because McDonald's is building smaller locations, and they're coming up with a new brand of McDonald's based on a new mascot. It's going to have its own 8-legged mascot looking like a spider robot kind of thing. It's an old iconic mascot from the olden days. They abandoned it early on, and they're reviving it for this new concept store, right? And so I don't know if this is going to be a new concept store or a modification of a regular McDonald's, because as I was trying to point out in prior videos, they're getting smaller and they're doing away with the sit down model. They only are building McDonald's that have like 4 or 5 seats because they want you to take your food to go. And it's the next generation that are like that. They don't hang around and eat inside the McDonald's. We're talking about Generation Z. These guys grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. And so the new concept store for McDonald's is actually going to look like just a takeout window, basically a small little building with a takeout window, but it will be branded. It'll be branded with McDonald's name and the golden arches and the whole thing. I don't know what the menu is going to look like, but if I were McDonald's, I would trim the menu back so it looks a little bit like an In-N-Out burger, and it's not going to be sit down at all. The new concept store is going to be takeout. So I kind of can appreciate that model. I told you they were it's a hybrid as they head towards that new model that I was talking about, the one that I predicted, which is that one day there will be warehouse and all of it's going to be to go. You'll have many different brands available underneath the same roof. It's not going to be a co-branding system, though. It's just going to be a shared location, a shared central kitchen, and they'll be out there cranking out fried chicken and burgers and these things, and then it's going to be whatever brand. So the grab boys and girls will be driving through, and they'll be scooping up their order. It'll be on the app, right? And all you're going to do is you drive through. They're going to have a QR code, and they're going to go bloop. And the next station, they're going to give you your food, and then you're going to go. And so that's how I see the future. And that's the way, there's a consolidation effort going on right now. If you guys don't see it, I don't know what to say. You just listen to Dan. Dan will tell you what the future of the world is going to look like. So that's what's coming to Baybay City. And so, there's not a whole lot of room in the plaza, but if you wanted to, it's okay. I don't mind if they're going to build a freestanding McDonald's. I wish they wouldn't, though, in that historical part of Baybay City. But if they do decide to do it, Anime, I accept it, but just make sure it fits in and make sure it doesn't take up a whole bunch of room. And I don't believe that it can, because there's not that much room there to put a full-size McDonald's. Let's see. Jen Life is hanging in there with us. Who else has stepped in? We've got 23 million people. Prissy Santos, both Prissys are here. Charmaine hanging in there with us. I have a couple more things to talk about. Moelma, yesterday's winner. By the way, Moelma, I don't see you complaining, so you must have gotten your payment. Congratulations. I hope that you get a payment like that. It comes in really, really handy. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere yet, because towards the end of the live stream, I'm going to be announcing a whole new contest, right? And it's going to be a lot simpler than you think, a lot easier. It's going to be kind of like the pig thing where you guess, but I'm going to give you a task that makes more sense. It's going to be oriented towards Christmas, and the giveaway will happen before Christmas. There'll be 3 winners. There'll be a first, second, and a third place prize. So, all right. Where am I? Nicole is here. Menge is here. Menge. Crystals. Oh, crystals. Of course, you're on my mind for a couple of different reasons. And so you'll be hearing from me, I would say mid-morning or so. I'll be sending you a little chat message. I woke up thinking about you this morning. No, I didn't have one of those dreams. I actually, no. I am a happily married man, or so I profess to be. But the whole thing, no. I'm just making up YouTube drama. But anyway, Crystals, you'll be hearing from me later on today. I meant to take care of business yesterday, Crystals. I do apologize. I got overwhelmed with stuff to do. And Larry Lee's here. Nicole hanging in there with us. So we're going to be telling you a little bit about that coming up soon. Coming up before the end of the live. And we are going to draw for Pesos 300 today. Okay, I have a couple things to talk about. You know I always do. So McDonald's was the number one thing. I found that to be very extraordinary. But other McDonald's have been placed in historical areas of the Philippines. You guys know that. Intramuros, hello. Hello, Jollibee. Hello, McDonald's. Intramuros, come on. That's right there for all to see. The oldest Jollibee in the Philippines, I think. Dare I say. But they're not overwhelming. They don't put a big golden arches thing there where you have to drive through one of the arches in order to get your food. It's not like that. They're very respectful of the history of the Philippines. 25 million people in the house. We need 30 to draw. I'm not changing that rule, folks. I'm not going to change that rule. We need at least 30 in the stream in order to draw. Okay, so who else? Who else is here? Nicole, Sir Luke. Congrats to Ma Wilma for winning the big spin or whatever it was that we did. I've already forgotten. Folks, I'm really serious, you know. Once the money leaves my hand, you know, I don't even think about it again. All I think about is the next opportunity to give money away. No, I'm not wealthy. Folks, somebody sent me a question. Dan, you rich? No, I'm not. I'm not going to say I don't have money beyond my imagination, because it is beyond my imagination, because I still can't believe that folks send me money every month. But what am I going to do? What am I going to do except accept it, you know? And so the next subject is a little bit more serious, right? That I want to talk about. It's kind of been building up inside, you know, and I got to get it out. I got to get it out of my system, folks. So I wanted to make it perfectly clear about this. People in the US, right, when they sign up for military service, it's a very, very honorable thing to do. It's a very patriotic and honorable thing to do. Anything that I have to say about people that serve in the military has nothing to do with their motivation for serving in the military. You know, it has nothing to do with their political views, has nothing to do with their reasons for wanting to serve in the military. When I make references to the military industrial complex in the USA, I'm not talking about people that serve, you know, or their motivation, their reason for serving, because their motivation is honorable, you know, and their service is honorable, and I respect that. In other words, they go in there, and their main objective is to protect, you know, U.S. sovereignty. That's their main motivation for most people that sign up. Of course, some people sign up because they want the benefits. I'm talking about they want the benefits that they earn by serving in the U.S. military, which is they pay for their college tuition, they give them money to live on, and different things like that. Those are all things that I accept and endorse as being the correct things to do. I mean, the U.S. is doing what they should be doing for our men and women who give their lives in service to the U.S. military to protect the freedoms, you know, that we enjoy in the United States. However, they are disappearing very, very quickly. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about is that war, yeah, I have to ask it in the form of a question, but would we have war if you took the profit out of war? In other words, why isn't it a private manufacturer that builds military equipment? Why aren't they? I mean, couldn't you say that, oh, you need to do your patriotic duty and sell us, you know, the equipment at cost, or cost plus 10%? In other words, what I'm trying to ask is, would wars exist if there was no profit in it? That's kind of like what I'm proposing. You know, beware the U.S. military industrial complex. And I'm just saying, I don't think so. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that once you take the profit out of it, by passing legislation that says that you are only allowed to make this much money when you sell the USA a tank, a plane, a bomb that's being allocated for military purposes. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying if you take the profit out of it, then let's see how often we engage each other on the battlefield, right? So I'm not sure. It might be very, very simplistic. It's a very, very simplistic way, I think, of looking at the world, right? But sometimes the most complicated issues are addressed by the simplest solutions. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. And so it has nothing to do with the men and women that serve. They're not in there for profit. Their motivation is completely different. We're talking about a totally separate thing that has nothing to do with industries profiting from war. So I said in a previous video that I am a peace-loving man, and I am peace-loving. I believe that your first thought should not be, oh, let's lob a bomb at them for being bad. That isn't my first thing that I would think about. Do you guys understand where I'm coming from or not? That would not be the first thing that I think about. Who thinks that way? You tell me. Do you think it's reasonable for a person to be thinking that way? Oh my gosh, folks, I haven't been paying attention, but I don't think we've reached that 30 mark yet, right? We've come close at 29 million people, but I don't think that there's enough people in here yet to draw. And so, so why does it happen that way? Why does it have to be that way, right? I'm not saying, okay, well, I'm not saying we need to have kumbaya moments either, right? I'm not saying that we need to have kumbaya moments, but certainly we need to first figure out how we could apply diplomacy in order to resolve some of these global conflicts that are going on around the globe right now. Certainly no one wants the thing to get out of control. By your wrong, Dave, Babero is here. Anyway, what did I say I was going to do? Oh, we're going to talk about the contest in a little bit. Folks, right now, I'm glad in the Philippines we don't have this problem, right? I'm glad we don't have this thing going on with housing. New housing sales are in the toilet. A lot of people are saying it's because of the high interest rates, but I'm saying it's a combination of issues that are very complex, but mostly has to do with changes in demographics. And so you got to look at the people that are no longer interested in buying homes. Certainly a guy my age, which actually represent the majority of the folks buying homes, right, in my age group. We're not, because we're downsizing, the word downsizing, because all the birds have left the nest, all the little birdies have left the nest, they're flying on their own. And so you don't need that 5,000 square foot house. And so you consolidate into a 3,000 square foot house. Well, that's kind of going away, and it's going away because, we're rethinking downsizing. We're rethinking the whole thing. Kids run into issues where they have to return home, and you want to make sure that you retain the opportunity for your kid to return home if they need to. I'm a fan of generational housing. I have not made a secret of that. I live my life for that. I practice it. We live it. I always have practiced it. And so I'm a fan of it. And that's how you slay the dragon. You provide an excellent environment for living and growing up. And then you just continue to live there, and you pass down the same home generationally. What's wrong with that? The P and the old dog signs were clickbait for Philly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I was amused by the whole thing, Tim. I got to tell you, I was amused by the whole thing. You know, I'm. It just lends support to what I've been saying that people are going to have to get really. Yeah, listen, they're not us, right? There, we already know how you need to change your channel in order to grow it. Pinky Gray certainly does. Most Filipinos do. For some interesting reason, they're culturally in tune with what's going on. I think part of the reason is because they're a way younger population, and so they see these changes occurring very, very quickly, and they adapt because they know what appeals to this generation, age 18 to 24, because most of them are 24. And so they're going to appeal to their audience, right? In the meanwhile, you're going to catch guys like me that are intrigued with the whole thing. And then I'm going to be watching what they do. And then I'm going to kind of emulate or copy what they're doing. And so, folks like Philly, the old timers, folks like me and others, we're going to be lagging behind. Folks that have that aren't keen observers of the human condition, they're going to be lagging behind a little bit. I mean, look at my channel. Have I not figured out how things work? I mean, look at my short videos. I just copy what everybody else is doing. That's basically, and then when I see a trend happening, I just go with that trend. If you want advice, send Pinky Gray a message. No, Pink, sorry, I didn't mean that. Don't bother Pink. She's busy making short videos. I mean, just take a look at the chewing gum one, the gigantic bubblegum machine. If you go look in video, right, that gigantic bubblegum machine, the one that guy that originally posted it was brilliant. And what's it up to? 10 million, 20 million hits? I don't even know. And so all I did was say, oh, I need to go out and find a gigantic bubblegum machine. Look at popcorn. Right? We're gonna do homemade popcorn today, and I'm gonna videotape that. I happen to be a fan of popcorn. It helps if you like chewing gum and popcorn, doesn't it? So I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it's not. Think about it. What do people enjoy in life? What does that generation enjoy? They love fried foods. They love food in general, and they like people who present it different ways. That is hot. That's hot on YouTube right now. And so you just follow those trends. I mean, do guys videotaping walking street have a problem getting views? No. I mean, does YouTube like it? No. That's probably why they're getting views. If you don't care about YouTube not monetizing that kind of video, then don't worry about it. If you're just in it for the views, like I am, shoot all the half-naked women that you want, as long as YouTube doesn't ban you for that, for posting obscene, material. I mean, of course I don't do that. Not every day anyway. I'm just saying, we love you, Anime. Anime's so tiny. She's like 5 foot and she doesn't weigh anything. If a strong wind came along, Anime would just be like, "Woo, see you later, Dan." Woo. she would fly away. Oh my goodness gracious. Do we have 30 yet? Folks, if you want Ma'am Minnie and I to draw a 300 peso winner, then you better get some ninjas here. What does she say? Jen, good night. Oh, okay, see you later. Oh, my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Who else is here that I haven't seen yet? I hate Dead Airspace. I just did it. Alien Cruise Official is here. Tim says the takeout restaurant is cutting costs, also is cutting services. Well, I don't know. It depends. If you're old guys like us, that's what we think about. But the young people don't think about that. They said, I'm going to grab and go over to the park and have a snack with my friends. That's what they're thinking about. I think they're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to sit there and eat this hamburger. all by my lonely self. They're not thinking about that. That actually increases services from this perspective. They're going to be able to get the food to you faster, right? They're going to be able to, boom, there's your food. There's your food, especially if you have a condensed menu like In-N-Out Burger does in in California and other places. So if you go through an In-N-Out, the menu has not changed in what? Since there very few times has it changed. They maybe have added a couple of items, like maybe shakes and maybe I don't know. They've added a couple of items since their inception, but the concept is still valid today. And that's the one thing that people just don't understand, that sometimes simpler is the best way to go. And McDonald's, the reason why that they've got huge labor costs, is because the menu is so big and it's a complex thing. You can't just say to a franchise owner, "Oh, I'm going to take spaghetti off of the menu," because they would have a heart attack. They would say, "No, no, that's my number one seller." You see, it's a complex thing. Once you expand to the size that the menu size McDonald's have, it's very, very difficult to come back and recenter it. And that's why they're coming out with this new branded store. It's because it gives them an opportunity to do exactly that. Folks, people are paying in Connecticut, they're paying $18 for a Big Mac combo meal. I don't have that kind of money to spend 18 bucks. Well, I do, but I wouldn't spend 18 bucks on a combo meal. Why would I do that when I can go to the market and buy the best meat that money can buy, come home and cook it up myself on the grill, and I would have a better product and I would have a more product, and it isn't going to cost me anywhere near $18. And that's because labor costs are going skyrocket. So that's in Connecticut, where the rich people live. They can afford $18 for a hamburger. I won't interfere with the franchise owner wanting to charge $18 for a Big Mac combo meal. Two all beef, what is it? 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Do you remember that commercial? Maybe they didn't play it here in the Philippines. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I know. Keep my day job, or better yet, Dan, get a job. Woo-wee. All right, where are we? I got to get caught up in the chat. How come we don't have 30 people here yet? Pink, can you get some of your folks here? Can you get Baby Pink and a couple other ninjas here? So that James is here. Hi, James. Pink, we need to pull a peso 300 winner, and we're not having much luck. We're not having much luck doing it. Oh, that's what I want. Okay. For what it's worth, I'm going to give you my final thought, right? No, that's probably not my final thought, but it's one of them. All right. So let me go to the phone to keep up with the chat. All right. So here's one of my final thoughts. All right. People are starting to talk about, especially Old Dog. This caught my attention, right? He talks about the Philippines. Listen, he's talking about wanting to start making the circuit. He wants to start moving away, and living at different places. And he said the biggest reason was that, or that one of the top reasons, that wasn't the primary reason, but one of the top reasons he was saying was because his wife, who's a fascinating individual. If you watch her channel, Baby May, I think Baby May's channel. If you go to Baby May's channel, she's a free spirit. There's no question about it. And so now most of you know Paul has lived in Thailand before. He knows what that's all about. And I've been there several times, probably 5 or 6 times. And every time I go to Thailand, my thought is, I got to live here someday. I mean, it's just a fabulous place, but I just happen to be married to a Filipina. So we live in the Philippines. We don't live in Thailand. But there's nothing wrong with moving around and living 3 months here, maybe 3 months. You could live in Malaysia on a tourist visa for 3 months out of the year. Then with extensions, I believe that that opportunity is available to you in Thailand also. So I mean, if you know, we've been thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Minnie and I have been thinking about maybe we do the Southeast Asia circuit, and we live 90 days in each country, you know, or at least two, and then we come back to home base for 6 months. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it is if you want to see the world and experience other cultures and you have the ability to do so, then I think it's an ideal setup, especially Malaysia. Can you imagine going to Penang or Kuala Lumpur and staying around there for 90 days on a tourist visa? I mean, it's amazing. Ah, we got the 30. Thank you so much for making it happen. You know, I mean, that's a fantastic idea. But the characterization that Paul gave on one of his videos, it kind of bothered me a little bit. I understand it, but it bothered me, right? So I don't want to make anybody angry when I say this, but I I think that trying to compare the Philippines to a dripping faucet isn't a fair analogy to be making. You know, the drip, 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 drip of gonorrhea. That's not a very fair analogy to make because I think it's a cultural adaptation, you know. So as Paul was saying in one video, I don't remember which one I was watching, but he said something about the Philippines reminds me of a drippy faucet, and that no matter how many times you change the washer, you can't stop the drip. You know, drip, 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 drip. And I'm like, I, I think it's I think it's a cultural. Listen, first of all, he's lived there pushing 7 years. I've only been here one or two with 30 or 40 visits. Who knows how many? I don't even know how many, to be fair. But I think that so I don't want. I hope this is not meant as a disparaging comment, right? But there are cultural historical underpinnings that come into play. That's all I'd like to say. You know, is that there are cultural underpinnings that come into play. There's certain things that to others seeing them for the first time, and over time, they may get to you things like brownouts. I think he was referring to. I'm sure that's high on his list, and things like that. That you have to be willing to take the bull by the horns. And if you want that comfortable Western style of life, you're certainly going to find it in Thailand. Even though Thailand is not doing it in order to attract Western culture. As a matter of fact, they really in my humble opinion, it's only an opinion, they really don't want to adapt too much to Western culture, right? That's my humble opinion. But truth of the matter is that the truth of the matter is that I think that you can be culturally predisposed to enjoying life here in the Philippines. There are things that I simply don't pay any attention to because I know it's part of Filipino culture. And so I accept it. But then again, I'm on the liberal side of the equation. I'm swinging from the trees. Nothing seems to bother me too much. In other words, I'm not going to go out there. I'm not going to tell anybody I'm not going to tell the Philippine government how they should run their country. I'm not Filipino. And I'm not going to tell people what food to cook because they're playing to the culture that exists, the food culture in the Philippines. They're not playing to Western culture here. You know, I mean, they are in the fast food. You can find fast food everywhere. And of course, I partake in the fast food. That's part of Western culture, right? And so I'm going to gravitate to Jollibee, who does a pretty good job, a pretty fair job. I'm going to be going to McDonald's in Cebu when we're there. In other words, those things are a given, you know, because they're things that I grew up with, right? But as far as the rest of it goes, I adapted very, very easily into Filipino culture. But I'm giving you my opinion how I feel today. I'm not where Paul is 7 years from now, but I just like to say that I think there are cultural underpinnings, historical underpinnings as to the reason why he thinks that way. But he clarified them, he articulated them very, very well, and that was that when you go to Thailand, they have better infrastructure. It's true, as they do have better infrastructure in parts of Cebu and parts of Manila. We all know those places exist, right? And so I'm saying you can't give up on the Philippines simply because, and he's not. He's saying they would use, the Philippines as home base. I think he was indicating that, or I think he said that, and they would be traveling around to different Asian countries. I like this idea. We're lucky. We're lucky that we have this home here because it's easier to say, yes, we're going to use the Philippines as home base and we're going to travel to Cambodia. Listen, I'm fascinated with Cambodia, especially. I'm not planning on getting a job there, but I had no idea that you can teach English in Cambodia without a degree, and it's easier to get. And English teachers are in huge demand. They can't find enough of them in Cambodia, and so they offer up employment visas, work visas to those people that find jobs as English teachers. It's too easy to get. I was fascinated with it. I want to go there to Penang and find out what it's all. I want to go there to, to Cambodia and find out what that's all about. Penang would be Malaysia. First, I need to pull out a map and I need to get my geography straight, right? I'm talking about Phnom Penh. So, and of course, Vietnam, you have to have a degree. But heck, Cambodia, one of the cheapest places to live in all of Southeast Asia. Would you be able to do it? Teach and get a salary of $1,300 a month and an apartment for $300 to $500 a month and live the American dream in Phnom Penh? I could do it. I'm telling you, I'm attracted to that idea. I'm happy for some of you. You should be thinking about that. I know that Crystal's taught English overseas in China or someplace, and she found that to be to her liking. It appealed to her. She did that. Oh, Crystals, I don't know if you wanted me to share that with everybody, but Nitban is saying Cambodia looks like what Thailand used to be from what I heard about Thailand. Yeah, if you were in Thailand 15 or 20 years ago, it really has changed a lot. It has changed. It's like it's same here in the Philippines, except the change has been more dramatic, I feel. The change was it's more dramatic in Thailand. And so I've been to Thailand. My first trip was many, many years ago. And I agree with I can testify on the good book, that Thailand has changed a lot. Even that downtown area, that Sukhumvit Road area, just keeps getting better and better and better. So we're going to be there, I think. Oh, dang. Oh my gosh, I gave that away. I was going to keep it a secret. Son of a gun. Well, Mertz is here. Pacquiao Mertz. How you doing? We're going to be having a talk soon, man. But I've been thinking, I haven't done a sponsorship with Pacquiao Mertz in a while. It's probably time that I pony up some ducats. All right, first, let's pull. Mawilma, let's pull for a winner for 300 pesos. Ma'am Minnie, are you here? Ma'am Minnie. Tox is here. Hi, Tox. Beautiful Tox is in the house. Tox, how's life? How are things going up there where in the part of Luzon where you're at? Have you seen any military personnel hanging around, Tox? I'm just curious. Folks have told me they see military personnel. They see a base going up on the west coast of Luzon, just north of where you're at, just north of where you live. Someone told me. I'm just curious. I want to go up there. I was telling them about Thailand. I wasn't going to tell them that we were going to go there quite possibly sooner than later. But I do want to see. I do want to see Malaysia. And so, should Malaysia come first before Thailand? Since we've been to Thailand so many times, even Mam Minnie, Girly Santa Mam Minnie has been there so many times. She could probably give somebody a tour of Thailand, of Bangkok, anyway. So, Girly Santa, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Sir Luke, good morning, Tox. Yes, Tox is here. The fabulous Tox. LV is here. LV, 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 LV. You're number one, not number two. Don't ever change. Or does that go? You're number. No. I think that LV, did you win some money yesterday? Yeah, let's make sure that doesn't happen again today. I'm just kidding. Oh. Hey, if I end up stiffing you, you can say it publicly. If I end up stiffing you for your winnings. Oh, all right, let's see. Oh, this Tosh got a big smile on her face. Okay, Mamini's here. Mamini and I, we're going to bye-bye in a little while. If we happen to run into you, we'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, good morning. All right, Mamini, let's pull up 300 peso winner. And then I'll tell them about the new contest. All right, the new contest that will be happening before Christmas. All right, let's see who I got here.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
Whoa, Christmas is coming. And we're going to have one more contest before Christmas. I don't know why I want to do it. I just want to put smiles on somebody's faces. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. Oh, I think this person is here. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry for being so disorganized, but the winner today, if she's here, present, is number 78. Number 78. Say present. Must be present to win. Number 78 is Minnie O. Minnie O.
Woo-hoo.
First shout out. Must be present to win. Minnie O, number 78. Second shout out. Must be present to win. Zamy Zam, how come you don't have a jacket? Huh? Should you not have a jacket? Okay, you do now. Megan, do you have one? Or is that your ninja? All right. Okay, so now Minnie O. Oh, present. There you go. We have a winner. Minnie O, you have 300 pesos coming your way. Enjoy. And also send me your Gcash directly in the chat so I don't have to go look it up. I'm so lazy these days. I think it has something to do with being elderly. All right, let's talk about the contest. Minnie O's today's winner. Congratulations. You'll be getting that 300 pesos in the Gcash soon. Let me see if I have your like I said, I have index cards. I know I do this old school. Pacquiao Mertz is here. Let's see. Mertz is here. She's here.
Hi,
we're gonna have to buy her. We're gonna have to share pizza with her. Minnie O, what do you know? I don't have your Gcash. It's not in front of me. So if you could send that to me, I truly appreciate. Oh, I do have it. Yeah, I do have it. I just found it. All right, but do it anyway. So we could double check. I know I sent you a message one time saying that I didn't have the full number. I have a little note here telling me Minnie O's number. I don't have the full number, and I know you gave it to me. So, but anyway, just make it easy, and I will truly appreciate it. All right, let's talk about the new contest before we go. The new contest is you have to write me in the chat starting now. And the cutoff period for this is going to be 10 p.m. on December 19th. So make a note of it. that the cutoff for this contest is going to be
Another contest.
10 p.m.
Ooh, you have plenty
on December
money.
19th. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to have 3 winners, a first, a second, and a third place winner. So write this down so you don't forget.
Fun.
Okay, the first winner, the grand prize winner, is going to receive 1,500 pesos. Second place winner, right? The second place winner is going to receive 1,000 pesos. And the third place winner is going to receive 500 pesos. The cutoff for this contest
Yay!
is December 19th at 10 p.m. So here's how this is going to work. You have to write me an essay. It's only going to be a 3 or 4 or 5 word essay. And it has to be the ending of this sentence. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. So a maximum of 5 words. It cannot say my 2 front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. It could be 3, 4, or 5 words to convey exactly what you're looking for. And there's going to be, the winners will be selected on their creativity in the answer. So it's, of course, you know where it comes from, this idea. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. All right, so now, I don't know if I got the song right or not. You get the point. You get the point. So you have to give me all of it in one sentence. All right, so those are the rules. And there will be a first, a second, and a third place winner selected by moi. All right, get to work on that and send it to me in the chat. The same way you took a guess on the piggy. First place, 1,500 pesos. Second place, 1,000 pesos. A third place winner at 500 pesos. All are welcome to
that's nice.
participate.
3 wins.
That's 3. 3.
Exciting.
3 winners. All right. I think I've said everything that I was going to say, right? Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming today, Larry Lee. Where you be?
Good morning, Sir Larry.
Send us out of this live stream, Larry Lee. There it is. There it is, man. Minnie, are you going to be able to read it? Are you going to be able to read it? Read it loudly, right?
Yes, I am.
Right here.
Remember to be kind to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay safe and healthy. Plus, always to try to have fun.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Always try to have fun. Take care.
Take care, guys.
Bye. We're out. We're out in 5. Oh, wait. I did want to say one more thing, man. I'm sorry. One more thing. I have a video going up today, right? It's called Buying Rice and Bye-Bye. Clever title, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
So there will be somebody in there that will be 100 peso winner. You got to look for that, and then send me the screenshot of where you saw your name and number appear, and we'll get that 100 pesos out to you. But you got to do it in the first 2 hours, because otherwise I lose my attention span. Please do it in the first 2 hours, and then I could take care of business right away. I have a short attention span these days, you know. All right, we'll see you later. If we run into you, bye-bye. That'll be great. We'll buy you a cup of coffee. We're out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.